Most people will spend 40 years of their life working 40 hours a week just to retire with barely enough money to survive. That's over 80,000 hours spent trading time for money, and most will still struggle to pay bills, still live paycheck to paycheck, and still wonder why financial freedom seems like a fantasy reserved for the lucky few. But what if I told you that this system, this so-called rat race, was never designed to make you free? What if I told you there's a way out, a proven step-by-step path that ordinary people have used to escape it and build lives where money works for them instead of the other way around? The truth is, the rat race isn't about how much money you make. It's about the trap of exchanging your time for income without ever building assets. Most people are trained to follow a script. Go to school, get a degree, find a stable job, buy a house, work for decades, and then retire. It sounds safe, but it's actually a cycle. A never-ending loop that keeps you dependent on a paycheck. The system doesn't reward hard work alone. It rewards smart decisions with money. And once you understand that, you can begin designing a life where your money grows even while you sleep. Escaping the rat race isn't about quitting your job tomorrow or becoming rich overnight. It's about changing the way you think about money, how you earn it, and what you do with it. The first shift you must make is understanding the difference between income and wealth. Income is money you work for. Wealth is money that works for you. Most people spend their entire lives chasing more income, promotions, raises, side hustles, but they never build wealth because they spend what they earn. They buy liabilities, things that cost them money, instead of assets, things that make them money. If you want to escape the rat race, you have to reverse that pattern. Think of it this way. Every dollar you earn is an employee. You can either spend that dollar on something that does nothing for you, like a new phone, a bigger car, or a night out, or you can put it to work so that it earns more dollars. And those new dollars can then hire more dollars. Over time, your money employees start generating income without your direct effort. That's how financial freedom is built, not by saving every penny and living miserably, but by using your money as a tool to build streams of income that don't require your constant labor. The simplest path to escape the rat race is to build three things: financial literacy, multiple streams of income, and ownership of income-producing assets. Let's break this down in a way anyone, beginner or experienced, can understand. Financial literacy is the foundation. If you don't understand how money works, you'll always work for money. This means learning about concepts like compound interest, cash flow, inflation, taxes, and leverage. Take compound interest, one of the most powerful forces in finance. If you invest $500 a month in an index fund, earning an average of 8% annually, in 30 years, you'll have over $740,000. That's not magic. It's math. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow exponentially. Most people never use this because they prioritize spending today over investing for tomorrow. Cash flow is another critical concept. It's the difference between what comes in and what goes out. Rich people focus on increasing cash flow, not just income. They acquire assets that generate consistent monthly income, like rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, online businesses, or royalties. These income streams reduce their dependency on a job. Imagine your monthly expenses are $3,000 and you have $3,000 per month coming in from investments. Congratulations, you're financially free. That's the exact moment you escape the rat race. Inflation is another hidden trap. Every year your money loses purchasing power. If inflation is 4% and your savings account pays 1%, you're losing money by saving. That's why investing is essential. Assets like stocks, real estate, and businesses tend to outpace inflation, growing faster than the cost of living. Understanding this changes the way you view risk. The biggest risk isn't investing. It's not investing and watching your money erode over time. Taxes are another area where the wealthy think differently. Employees pay the highest tax rates. Business owners and investors, however, often pay much less because they use tax advantage strategies. Owning a business allows you to deduct expenses. Investing in real estate allows you to write off depreciation. Holding investments long-term can qualify you for lower capital gains taxes. Learning how the tax system works can help you keep more of what you earn, and the money you keep can compound faster. Once you understand these principles, the next step is building multiple streams of income. Relying on one paycheck is risky. If it disappears, your entire lifestyle collapses. Most millionaires have at least 3 to 7 streams of income. This doesn't mean you need 7 jobs. It means you build income sources that don't depend solely on your time. Start small. Maybe you begin with a side hustle, freelancing, consulting, or selling a digital product. Then you invest the profits into dividend stocks or a rental property. Over time, those streams grow and multiply. Real estate is one of the most proven paths to cash flow and wealth. When you buy a rental property, your tenants pay the mortgage, taxes, and maintenance while you build equity and collect passive income. Plus, real estate often appreciates over time. Even if you start small, like a single rental home or a duplex, over the years, this can snowball into substantial wealth. Stocks and index funds are another powerful tool. They require no management, and with dividend-paying stocks, you can create passive income that grows every year. Many successful investors use a simple strategy. They invest consistently, reinvest dividends, and let time do the heavy lifting. This approach doesn't require perfect timing, just discipline and patience. Owning a business, even a small one, can also accelerate your path out of the rat race. A business can scale far beyond your personal time limitations. Whether it's an online brand, a consulting service, or a physical store, businesses generate profits that can then be reinvested into other assets. The beauty of entrepreneurship is leverage. Instead of trading your hours for money, you build a system that works even when you're not working. And then there's the digital world, one of the most powerful wealth-building tools in history. The internet allows anyone to create scalable income with low costs. A single piece of content, course, or digital product can generate income 24/7. Combine this with investing, and you have a blueprint for complete financial independence. But escaping the rat race is not just about strategies. It's about mindset. You have to stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like an investor. You have to stop chasing comfort and start chasing freedom. You have to see money not as something to spend, but as a tool to build leverage. Most importantly, you must break free from the belief that your job is your only source of security. True security comes from having assets that pay you regardless of whether you show up or not. This mindset shift is often the hardest part. Society conditions us to trade time for money because it's predictable, but predictability is not the same as freedom. The wealthy understand that the goal is not to have a bigger paycheck. It's to own your time. When your investments cover your expenses, you're free to choose how you spend your days. That's real wealth. That's real success. And here's something powerful. You don't need millions to escape the rat race. You just need enough passive income to cover your lifestyle. If you need $3,000 a month to live and you build assets that generate $3,000 a month, you are financially free. From there, you can scale higher. But the first milestone is replacing your expenses. It's more achievable than most people think, but it requires focus, patience, and consistency. Let's imagine a simple example. You decide to invest $500 a month into dividend-paying index funds with an average annual return of 8%. After 20 years, you'd have roughly $275,000 generating around $11,000 a year in passive income. Combine that with a rental property bringing in $800 a month and a small online business making $500 a month, and suddenly you're at $2,200 in monthly passive income. That's $26,400 per year. Money that arrives whether you work or not. With continued growth and reinvestment, you could hit full financial independence even sooner. The key is to start now. Time is the most powerful factor in building wealth. Every year you delay, you lose the exponential advantage of compounding. And you don't need a huge income to begin. You just need consistency. Even small amounts invested wisely over time grow into life-changing sums. The rat race thrives on distraction. It wants you to focus on things that don't matter. The next promotion, the next gadget, the next vacation. But financial freedom requires focus on what truly matters. Building assets, reducing liabilities, reinvesting profits, and multiplying income streams. Every decision you make, how you spend, invest, and think, either brings you closer to freedom or keeps you trapped. One day, you'll wake up and realize you no longer depend on a paycheck. Your money is working harder than you ever did. Your investments cover your lifestyle. You have the freedom to choose how you spend your time, whether it's traveling the world, building new ventures, or simply doing nothing at all. That's the moment you escape the rat race. And when you get there, you'll realize it wasn't about money after all. It was about control. Control over your time, your choices, and your life. That's the real prize. And it's not reserved for the rich, the lucky, or the genius. It's available to anyone willing to think differently, act intentionally, and play the long game. The rat race is not a life sentence. It's a mindset. And like any mindset, it can be changed. The moment you stop trading time for money and start building systems that pay you, you step onto the path of freedom. It won't happen overnight, but every step you take brings you closer. Start today. Start small, and never stop building. Because once you escape the rat race, you'll never go back, and you'll never see money the same way again.